Hello, everybody. We're the Foo Fighters. You're watching Rage, right, T? After the last record, we came home from about a year of touring, about a year and a half of touring.
On the last tour, we really started gelling as a live band. I think that we're really a great live band.
The foundation of the band was this demo tape that I did by myself in 5 or 6 days.
So it always seemed kind of accidental or something.
It sort of turned into a band, and then it turned into a second record, and then it turned into a third record. Every album that we'd made, I'd always imagined to be our last.
And I think that we all felt that way.
After the end of the last touring cycle, we all kind of went off and did like different side projects.
We've been a band for about 10 years now. What do we do? I mean, do we make another album? Do we rush into making another record? So I came up with this idea. I thought, well, since I just run around the world for a year and a half screaming my ass off, I'm going to make an acoustic record, but disguise it as movie score. We've always had acoustic songs. Most of our rock songs were written on an acoustic guitar. Songs like Times Like These and Everlong. So I thought, okay, maybe I'll just make some beautiful acoustic music. And I had this little studio up at my house and started recording all of this music. Some of it songs, some of it like score. It was really beautiful. It was really coming out well. And then I listened to it and I thought, well, wait a second. I mean, it sounds like the Foo Fighters, you know? It sounds like our band.
We've always really enjoyed going and doing acoustic shows. I think it's always been like a part of the band that everybody's wanted to dive into a little bit.
Everlong as an acoustic version was really successful.
Everybody in the band has so much to offer, but we've sort of remained in this one thing for so long that I felt like, okay, it's time to break out or branch out. Maybe we should make an acoustic record. But then I started thinking about it and I thought, you know, I don't want to show up to the Reading Festival with a fucking harpsichord or whatever. We have to make some rock music. So I thought, okay, why don't we do this? Why don't we make the double album?
We're lucky that we're a band that can make a double record.
The idea of it being a double record for me is not as important as what the songs are. It's just how proud you are of what you're going to put out there.
They would have to be 20 great songs from start to finish.
Let's make the double record so that we can take all of these acoustic songs that we've written over the course of 8 or 9 years, but have never put on albums because they didn't seem to fit. And let's make all of these rock songs even more rocking. So basically what it does, by splitting the two, you eliminate the middle ground. So those were the songs that bugged me the most.
It'd be cool to do some of the songs that we've never been able to really work into the set, some of the mellower songs from some of the albums.
So making the double record kind of made sense. Like, we can take both of those dynamics to extremes. We can make the acoustic record far more delicate and beautiful and atmospheric than anything we've ever done. We can make the rock CD far more brutal and aggressive and powerful than anything we've ever done. In order to make it work, I really thought, take out that middle ground, make these two CDs, put them together, and you've accomplished something that I've always sort of believed we were capable of doing, but not as well as it's turned out.
It's neat to have these two separate things because they're really like two different albums.
When we sort of regrouped and started working on new Foo stuff, it was really like everybody was just charged up, you know, and ready for it.
To make the acoustic record even more incredible, let's have some fucking cool guests on it. So I came up with this wish list of guests. I made this crazy list. It was like Warren Haynes from Government Mule and the Allman Brothers, Grant Hart from Husker Du, Norah Jones.
Norah Jones was awesome. She is a pro.
John Paul Jones coming down to the studio was amazing.
Now that was someone on the wish list that was just kind of the Make-A-Wish Foundation wish list, you know. That wasn't the real deal. I put him on the list because I thought, well, I have like Zeppelin tattoos all over me, and I thought this might be the chance to actually get this happening. And we get a message back from his manager, like, yeah, he's going to be in town for the Grammys because Zeppelin are getting a Lifetime Achievement Award. You should talk to him. So we talked about it. He came in, A couple days later, I get an email, oh, he's going to bring his mandolin, too. I'm just like, this isn't happening. So he shows up. He's the nicest dude in the world. We play him a couple songs. He played on 3 songs. He played Mellotron on one, played piano on another. He played mandolin on another. And it's just unbelievable. I mean, really, honestly, that was probably the musical highlight of my life, because I was so obsessed, I have been so obsessed with Zeppelin since I was fucking, whatever, a kid. And I got to track drums. I'm playing drums on the track that John Paul Jones plays Mellotron on, and it's just like, give me a fucking break, man. Pinch me. This is not happening. He was so cool, and not afraid to bust out some little Kashmir, like, how about some of that, you know? We're all standing around the Mellotron like, wow, cool, you're awesome. And he busts into Kashmir, and we're just like, everybody kind of just holds on for a minute, like, I think I'm gonna faint. And then Shiflett, our guitar player, goes, that's a pretty cool riff, we should use that.
Luckily, I feel like we're the kind of band that's always been able to kind of have more sides than one side. I tend to love the really hard stuff and the really pretty stuff.
We'd been recording the rock record for about a month and a half or 2 months when I finally realized, like, okay, we have to start on this acoustic stuff or else it's not going to happen, and it has to happen. So I sat everyone down and had this meeting where I said, all right, here's the deal. No more fucking around. No more doing the drums, and then you come in Wednesday and do the bass, and then you come in Thursday and do the guitar.
We just need to have everybody here the whole time.
Do like a song a day.
And everyone was kind of scared because we'd never done it before.
Over the course of a couple weeks, we recorded the whole thing, and everybody really had a good time doing that.
It's a lot more fun, and it's got a level of spontaneity in it, and everybody's there, and you kind of feed off each other a little bit.
I like that kind of recording. For me, I think that's just the funnest way to record. It's just a more natural process for creating music.
But we blew through that acoustic stuff so fast, and it sounded so good because some of it's so simple.
That's going to be part of the charm of that record, that sort of funky looseness of it.
The energy of the acoustic record ultimately affected the rock record in kind of an interesting way.
Yeah, we ended up rethinking a lot of it.
So we went back in and fucking took the rock stuff even farther and more powerful because we thought, okay, the acoustic shit, that is fucking awesome. The rock shit, there's no way we can let the acoustic stuff kick the rock shit's ass. So we went back in on the rock stuff, and in the last, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks or something like that, have been here from noon to 8 in the morning, making the rock record the most devastating thing we've ever done.
To me, it sounds so inspired. It sort of brings out the best in everyone.
I think it's really cool to be able to have that and then flip it over and just have massive guitars and you know, wall of drums.
We're all happy with it.
And I think the rock album will be our best rock album ever.
We're so stoked to go out and play these songs live.
I think that we'll never have a last record in a way.
I think they're really great songs.
To me, it's like, it just seems like a commitment to all of us working together for years to come.
So we have the fucking best record we've ever made. And one of the things that was important to me when we started making this record was, I really want this one to be the record that in 20 years, when some kid asks their dad, like, have you ever heard of the Foo Fighters? They're like, oh yeah. Which record should I get? They should say, in your honor, it should be this one. Like, if you're a Zeppelin fan and someone comes up to you and says, which Zeppelin record should I get? Don't tell them 4. Everybody says 4 just because it has Stairway to Heaven on it. Go get fucking Physical Graffiti. You want to hear Zeppelin? Get Physical Graffiti. And that's exactly what I want to happen with this record, you know? I want people to say, wow, that's the album that they'll be remembered for. And this absolutely will be the one that we're remembered for because it's just fucked up. It's just the fucking most kick-ass thing we've ever done. I'm really so fucking proud of myself because this is our last day in the studio and I'm going to fucking Hawaii tomorrow. I was here until 8 in the morning last night. I'm stoked.